Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Ms. Jewell. It's great to have you here. I look forward to working with you as the Secretary when you're confirmed. Two very close people in my life have helmed the Interior Department, my Uncle Stuart and my good friend and our colleague Ken Salazar. So congratulations for the assignment that you're about to undertake. You have a wide range of challenges facing you, from the National Parks Service to how we manage, designate wilderness, to energy development, public lands, and the ongoing Colorado River Basin study, which is important to many of us sitting here on the dais. I'd like to, in that spirit, focus on a few overarching issues facing the Department of Interior. And let me start with the Land and Water Conservation Fund. It's long been one of my top priorities. As you know, it's been chronically underfunded since its creation 50 years ago. Additionally, it will expire in 2015. Could I get your commitment to work with me and our bipartisan coalition to find a long-term solution for the LWCF program?
Senator, the LWCF has been critical in every county across the country in terms of bringing resources to bear for public lands, for recreation, and I think was a brilliant piece of legislation when it was enacted back in 1964, and I absolutely look forward to working alongside you to support it in the future.
Excellent. Let me jump to outdoor recreation, but in the context of a balanced approach. And our colleague, Senator Cantwell, said that really characterizes your service, whether in the private sector and the public sector to come, and that's balance. In Colorado, you know we have a strong outdoor recreation economy. A recent study showed that it supports 125,000 jobs and about $13 billion a year in revenue. You know this field very, very, very well. I'm curious on your views as to how we ensure that when we're managing landscapes, whether it's creating new wilderness, revising a BLM resource management plan, or reviewing permits, that we're maintaining an appropriate balance of uses. Specifically, how will you ensure that the Interior Department crafts balanced land use policies? And for example, how do you balance the needs of backcountry users like hunters and anglers and hikers with major events like bike races?
Mm-hmm. Senator, thanks for the question. REI serves a wide variety of people, and as such, we run into people that have different views on how public lands should be used. Throughout my business career, I've been a convener of people with perhaps different interests to help them work those differences out in a room so that you can come up with an appropriate use for the land, balancing the multiple uses that are there. So whether hunters or anglers, mountain bikers, ORVers, oil and gas development companies, or others, it's important that you get the people at the table to work together to find common ground to the extent there is common ground. And over the course of my business experience, I've found that reasonable people want to work together to find common solutions, and a lot of that is just understanding where each other is coming from. So certainly committed, if confirmed, to the role of bringing that kind of approach to the Department of the Interior to better understand the issues.
Let me move to your business background. You have tremendous business acumen. If you think about USA Inc., you're going to head one of the most important divisions of USA Incorporated. Can you talk about how your time in the private sector has prepared you to be Secretary of Interior? And specifically, can you talk about how you make decisions? And you've alluded to this already, but I want to give you a little bit more time to do so as well.
Senator, government is different, and I appreciate that I need to learn some of those things coming from the private sector, but I do know that there are many similarities. That one of the things you do in business is you work hard to continue to refine your organization to be more efficient. You think about where are we going in the future and how do we lean into those resources as necessary to make sure that they're supported, and what is it from the past that perhaps need to be changed. I look forward to getting to know the vast resources of the Department of the Interior and the various agencies to understand where are those opportunities to get synergies and where are those needs to invest in the future in order to make sure that we are addressing some of the big challenges that we face. And that's the kind of approach that I'll bring to this. It is getting a lot of information, but I'm certainly not afraid to make a decision when a decision needs to be made.
You have been a decision maker in your previous lives, and I know you will be at the Interior Department. Let me move to wildfires. In Colorado and much of the Intermountain West, the drought continues. Snowfall early this year has been less than average, and we're very concerned. Could you talk about particularly your perspective on interagency coordination and discuss whether the Department of Interior is adequately prepared for the 2013 wildfire season?
Senator, blending your last question with this question, there's no question that the U.S. Department of Agriculture through the Forest Service has major wildfire issues, as does the Department of Interior, and I think it's very important that the agencies cooperate together. I did get a chance to sit down with Secretary Vilsack, and we actually talked about wildfires and the preparation of wildfires, and I would look forward to that kind of interagency cooperation because it's a big issue. They are certainly increasing in their intensity for a variety of reasons, fuel, drought, and so on, and coming up with a rational solution to try and get ahead of that game and work together, I think, is going to be critically important. As far as the readiness, I need to be confirmed to this position and dig in a little deeper before I can answer that specifically.
Thank you for that. I know my time's expiring, but I did want to make one final comment. It may surprise some people, but Senator Lee and I are cousins, and I want to associate myself with his remarks on the importance of PILT, and I will look forward to working with you to ensure that those rural counties have full PILT funding as we go forward. So thanks again for your willingness to serve our country.